Mazen Nambekano, this is FCT High Court, Abuja. So, Mazen Nambekano has filed a 550 million naira suit against the Nigerian Medical Council and the 10 medical doctors that conspired and issued a fake medical report against him. And the court ordered that they should examine Mazen Nambekano, but that they never did. So they went to wrote what they call medical report, and it was that medical report that made the court to refuse Mazen Nambekano's bail. So based on that, we have written to them, and they did not show any remorse. So we have filed a suit against them. It's 550 million naira suit against Nigerian Medical Council and other medical doctors. So that is the position. Thanks and God bless you.
This government, as regards the fake result that the Nigerian Medical Association, publish out. What's your take as regards this?
Mazen Nambekano, you can see the preparation is ongoing, and a lot of a canon is being fired from different angles at this point in time. Mazen Nambekano has taken it upon himself and is going to the war front. He's leading on the front now. And you know that the federal government has actually declared war on him, and he's not backing out, and he's taking it upon himself and leading a counter attack on the federal government completely without looking back. You can see on the video what the lawyer Mazen Nambekano is making a certain revelation. A few days ago, we heard about his presence in the Supreme Court and the heroic appearance there, that erupted there, and the kind of celebration that they gave him, and the overwhelming support from different people. Mazen Nambekano was spotted on the street of Abuja, being mobbed by followers and lovers, right there when he tried to file a certain application to stop his trial ahead of 2028. And also on that too, today again, we've seen another legal, showdown with J.Omotosho, Nigerian Medical Association, NBA, and the rest of them, running up to 550 million suit against this fake a medical report. Nigeria has shown that they are very manipulative on this process. But I can tell you, these are the things that are attracting the international community and the world leaders. We see what the Israeli government is saying about Mazen Nambekano completely now, and what is going to happen on the 20th October. Mazen Nambekano is fortifying himself already, ahead of what the uncertainty that is already been tied with J.Omotosho at the end of the day. Can Supreme Court defeat the appeal court, or will Mazen Nambekano be able to defeat, enjoy that support from Supreme Court, knowing fully well that whether Bola Ahmed Tinubu is going to allow the Attorney General of the Federation, the Chief Justice of the Federation, to do the needful and allow the right thing to be done over the matter of Mazen Nambekano, without influencing it by the presidency or the Finaly jihadists, political players within the corridors of power, who are bent on making sure that Mazen Nambekano is not being released, even if he goes to Supreme Court or anywhere, to seek redress on issues of illegality around his trial. But you can see, that also in that video, people are calling for his release, people are seeking the international Donald Trump intervention immediately. There's a protest in that regard, that this man, Donald Trump, should actually intervene immediately without looking back. There's no need of wasting time, because currently now, these people are still going from one place to another, killing Nigerians, killing Christians. Look at the one that has just been reported, recently now. After attacking a particular spot, they still went to church and killed a lot of people there. They are not backing down, and the Nigerian government are not saying anything further apart from, we understand what Donald Trump is trying to do. I do not know how that has been able to save lives at the end of the day. So this is what the reality on ground. There's a grand plan to jail Mazen Nambekano, and that is why he's attracting the UK, the international community, the US, the Israeli government the Canadian government, even the Pope too, has also added his words in that regard. These things are going to create an international intervention and possibly invasion of the of Nigerian system to rescue a man who has been adjourned by relevant bodies all over the world as innocent. So there's not how Nigeria people are watching what is going to happen on the 20th, and everything is being put on the head of J.Omotosho and the federal government under Bola Ahmed Tinubu. At the end of the day, whatever happens, Nigeria will be able to know, how that got to a point where we don't know the kind of law they want to use I don't know the kind of section of the constitution or section of the law they want to use to invoke a possible life imprisonment jail term on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And that's why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has finally declared war on these institutions of manipulation or oppression and suppression at the end of the day.
Okay, but there was an alleged report that what the Nigerian judiciary are in complete disarray as regards Nnamdi Kanu freedom. They said they are split, and even J.Omotosho was even probably drilled by the appeal court as regards, just like you said, the law that will be used to try Nnamdi Kanu. Do you think that the judiciary, if they are not getting it, because other global attention has been drawn to this Nnamdi Kanu's issue, and if the judiciary cannot, put out the law that they want to use to try Nnamdi Kanu, do you think that this might lead to a global, disgrace?
Yeah, it's always already a global disgrace now. There's no two ways about it. Nigeria is trying to cover that illegality, that shame. The Kenyan government has taken a decision. Imagine a situation where the Kenyan government, the court of Kenya came and make a pronouncement, against Nigerian government in favor of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And Nigerian government is still struggling after 5 years in Nnamdi Kanu's DSS detention. My brother, this is wickedness. This is criminality. This is a high level of injustice. But the funniest thing is that, how would Bola Ahmed Tinubu? I don't know. It surprises a lot of people that Bola Ahmed Tinubu had decided, to back this illegality by keeping silence. And you are threatening the wrath of the international community. You are threatening the wrath of the Western powers. You are threatening the wrath, of a possible military and all forms of invasion on Nigeria because of this deliberate and calculated abuse on a man who has not actually done anything wrong. Yes, the Omotosho might be under scrutiny by the Supreme Court or by the Chief Justice of the Federation, or possibly by the Attorney General of the Federation. But all these institutions we are looking at, how have they been able to manage and provide justice for Nigerians or for the Nigerian judicial system, without being under a certain influence of one president or the other? But Bola Ahmed Tinubu has shown disrespect for the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu completely, and I wish that the same measure is using against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the United States government under Donald Trump will use the same measure against him, so that he will feel the impact of this wickedness against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That's my take on that. Thank you.
Can you hold this for me? Yes. I want to let the whole world understand something. Yes. Very, very clear. In all this is judgment of the Supreme Court. Yes. It made it very clear that even that the impartiality of the judge is questionable. And is here. Where is it? Please do bear with me. It says it here. What is it, page? What is that again? Where it says all these things are online. Is it on page 18? All these things are online. So I suggest that the journalists in this country actually take out time to do some basic research. It's not difficult, just minor research. You will understand the virtuousness, the emptiness of all the charges against me. They kept switching the charges. They said I committed this crime in England, isn't it? Yes. I made a broadcast in England. Yes. And in 9 charges leveled against me, this place where I committed this crime was London in the United Kingdom. Yes. When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that no court in Nigeria has jurisdiction to try me. Because since this offense was committed in England, so they said, it's only a UK court that can give a Nigerian court the authority to proceed, isn't it?
Yeah, based on that, they removed London.
Based on that, they now amended the charge again and removed London.
Location of the broadcast.
Location of the broadcast. Contrary to section 196?
174 of the Terrorism Prevention Act 2022.
In violation of their own laws. Violation of their own laws. And you want me to stand trial under such circumstances? Is that possible? Nnamdi Kanu to stand trial where these shenanigans are going on? It's not possible.
Because
Well, I have been, as a researcher, I've been going through the laws to see the law that say that a lawyer cannot protest or participate in protest against injustice or when the right of his client is being violated. I'm here to see the law. Assuming that there is a law, that law cannot be applied as a valid law because the Constitution said any law that contravenes any provisions of the Constitution, that particular law should be in abeyance. Now, having said that, we are not protesting asking court to give us judgment. Get it right. We never protested against any issue that has to do with court.
The hashtag is free Nnamdi Kanu. So what are you protesting for?
I'm coming.
Okay.
So we are now asking that free Nnamdi Kanu now because your actions, we are now talking about the executive, towards discriminating against him. What do we mean? Now let me start from the judicial angle. Courts, 5 courts, 2 foreign courts and 3 local courts has given judgment in favor of Nnamdi Kanu against federal government. 1 even awarded 1 billion naira in his favor against federal government. The other one awarded 500 million naira in his favor against federal government. Court of Appeal, the 3-man panel, they discharged Nnamdi Kanu. And federal government refused to comply with that law until after close to 2 weeks. They now remember that they can file no stay of execution. Then they file it in court and went to Supreme Court. Now, that one is on that. Now, the president now, instead of looking at all these issues, rather what the president did is this. He now directed the police and the army to go to the north, to go and negotiate and discuss with bandits. And all of us saw it with our naked eyes. Those who are committing the act. Secondly, the president now come back and see all those people. Court said, you are a murderer, you should die by hanging. You are a drug addict, you should serve sentence. President came back and pardoned all of them. And said that when you talk about that of Nnamdi Kanu, they said that one is in court. Now, Mariam Sanda, her own matter is still pending at the Supreme Court. The president did not even ask the lady, go and withdraw your appeal at the Supreme Court before I will consider you. Simply because she's from the north.
All right.
Now, when you see all these things, you see that this is a discrimination against Nnamdi Kanu and the Igbos, which is against Section 42 of the Constitution, which say that you don't discriminate against anybody because of his religion, sex, tribe, or whatever thing.
Ojuso kanakwa gị na Nnamdi Kanu nọ na phone. Oge izigo ndị Operation Python dance ka eje gbuo onye. Eluo dia Nnamdi mmia ife na akuri egwu kori egwu. Igbo papia na mamia.
Kabare na ikiri vida ọ bụrụ na ị ma na ịbụ onye Igbo. Maka na this our uncle okwu ya na amaka. Okwu ya ọbụla bụ nke m bịara cross. Ana m like ikiri ewe ikirichasi anya. O nwere ife ị ga-anọ na video. Onye abụ this man ị na-achị watch video bụ abụ. Odo amaghị m afọ ya. Ọ bụ onye anwa mere video bụ nke gbasara Maazị Nnamdi Kanu ekezi ikpeazụ Oji ụzọ Kanu na LS Oti. Yes, ọ bụrụ na anyị ga-elota that video gara viral. All this man made the video. O nwere ife ị ga-anọ na video. M ga-arapụ gị ka ị gaa n'iru wee mee gịnị wee gee ife ị ga-echasi anya nyere anyị aka mee gịnị tụsa the video mee ka ọ gaa viral ka ndị Igbo ndị ọzọ nwekwa ike mee gịnị wee nọ the video maka na ihe mmụta ehika na this video. Let's watch it. Abrabak.
Ọ dị mwute anyị nwa bụ ndị Igbo enwere ifele. Ahụ anyị na-awapụta gị ife. Ndị akpọrọ ndị okenye ndị nọ n'isi ụlọ anyị unu ọpụtago n'anwụ. ana m agwa the youth na ndị na-egbu anyị bụ ndị nna anyị pa so na n'Igbo ka nna na-ekpe ekpere ka ọ ka nwụ ya so na n'Igbo ka nna na-ekpe ekpere ka ọ ka nwụ ya o mebego ozi ndị Yoruba Soworu na-etekizili karapụ Nnamdi Kanu kwana onye enyi ya na-agwa anyị patan ụdị aghụghọ nna anyị fa na ahụ ọ bụrụ mụ na-ekwu na ọ dị out there na social media the same problem ka anyị nwere Ogojukwu nata ka nkọọlụ unu Ogojukwu na-anata the ruling party enwe bụ NPP fa chọrọ ka Ojukwu nata oluo ka Ojukwu nata pa chọrọ ka pa take the glory because all MPN ọ natala Ojukwu under Shagari kendi mmeri ọ dị possible let Chubu Okadigbo let Alex Ekwueme may their soul rest in peace Ojukwu wee jecha bata anyị nwa bụ ụmụ nwanne ya wee bula ya buso Ojukwu oge akaji nwa obodo bụ gọvanọ o wele Nnamdi Azikiwe anyị na-akpụ ya nna mana ọ na aghụghọ ka ọ bụ because okenye ada nọ n'ụlọ ewu amụọ n'ọgbụlị fejọrọ je zute Ojukwu onye nwe ya jelu mba ị na-afụ ụrọ ọ ga-abụ ife aṅụrị na nwa gị nabata na-eje zute ya dị nwa obodo na-eje eche na gọọmenti haus bụ nọ gị kpọnatara ya ọ dịka okwu dịka inu ọ ga-adakwa amụ nsọ anyị nwa bụ ndị Igbo enwe ji Vanguard nwee ike mba front ndị Igbo ebido gburu itebe onwefa exactly ife na-eme now Nnamdi Kanu ga-apụta oge ọpụta kịta onye ọbụla azọba nke ọlụ na nke ọ na-alụrọ denu na achọje ka ọ saịdị ya ndị Igbo ọ dị possible Nnamdi Kanu amaghị ife somebody like Abaribe honorable member Obi Agụọcha Prince nna ya bụ eze nwa ọgaranya riju afọ ọ na-aba mba ọsọfanwa bụ ndị anyị nwe na House of Rep ọsọfanwa ka anyị nwe na Senate ọsọmọdụ Igbo bụ ndị Igbo nọ na Senate and Rep ọmandịla anyị na mma mana onwere dịka anyị nwa bụ ndị Igbo eje ụka onwere dịka anyị nwa bụ ndị Igbo malụ Chukwu na ụka niile nọ na n'Igbo ụka ndị ori agwa m nnọọ ndị Igbo bụ Jizọs quote me onye chọsị na ọ bụrụ prove me wrong but Nnamdi Kanu ga-apụta ife dị iche ga-adị ọ bụ ụzọ dị ma kwadobenu ọ ji ụzọ Kanu unu nwa ọ ji ụzọ Kanu gị na Nnamdi Kanu nọ na fon oge iziga ndị Operation Python dance ka eje gbuo onye eluo dị Nnamdi mmịa ife na-akụri egwu kọri egwu igbuo papịa na mamịa after that gị na Soludo were ya mee campaign na a ga-arapụ Nnamdi Kanu ka unu wee winye vote anyị at the end of the day gịnị mere ọ ji ụzọ Kanu pụọ na TV a na-ajụ gị maka Nnamdi Kanu si na decision Tinubu na judiciary dị good because that go gị nga ị ka ga-eje nya nga anụ gbanata echi bụ nta ị ka ga-eje dat nga Igbo ezigbote onye ori azụ and ifela dị eme gị ị ka Peter Obi dị popular yes you are ịdị popular karịa Peter Obi because ị bụ onye ori a convict go gị ijego nga ịchela Abia State for 24 years onwere inwe to show why ga-eji man dị popular karịa Peter Obi doctor ị na-aza degree igori ego ama nke isi wego your degree isi dịkwa na igori gosi m Texas ibe ide to be a doctor na egodi oyibo ị na-asụ ifele megbukwa gị ọjị ụzọ Kanu unu elego ndị Igbo ka naị na-eche ndị egwu maghị devu ị nọgo n'oche oche gị na-arụ ọkụ na big empire ọdịdị afịara arụ devu ilugan ọngụ agba ọgbalichi ya mgbawa ka ọ dị n'ọnụ na ọfụtụsa na ozi ya ayomodogwu.
I won't say I'm doing fine because I can't be fine in a system that impunity has been entrenched as an institution on its own, where an IGP who charged minors for treason because they were asking for good governance, killed peaceful protesters, had the shameless temerity to ask Amnesty International to stop lying about what they did, and National Human Rights Commission reported. And such IG today believes that he has been insulted because she will record him illegal IGP. But you can also, I think Nigerians can all see that he's advertising publicly his illegality and illegitimacy. But the important thing is not even just the IGP, it's the system. We cannot continue in such a system and hope that our future holds the dream of Nigeria we have in our minds. Impunity reigns, there will be no progress. And that is why it is very important for all Nigerians to realize this point, there is no sitting on the fence. It's not allowed. We must all rise up and hold these leaders accountable and responsible at all times. Revolution now. But
Rex, some say the police have done the right thing by taking the case to court. Why are you against this move by the police?
Is there any right thing that the police has done from the inception of the APC in this country. Not even today. The police at itself was set up as a constabulary for the royal business of England. And since then till now, they have just been about guiding the bourgeoisie, the elite class. It has never been about policing Nigerians. What of Okoya's son that was spraying money? Has he been charged to court? The videos flying everywhere with the policemen scaling fences with masks, have they been investigated? The ones that one lawyer was killed 2 years ago with her pregnancy of twins, what happened to the policeman? The one who raped a lady inside the police station, what happened to him? So let's stop deceiving ourselves by saying they have done the right thing. There's no right thing about injustice. What they are just doing is normal drama that we are used to. And if we keep deceiving ourselves and expect that these same people who are unrepentant will do the right thing, then we're not ready about our future. Look at Nigerians jackbarring every day. It's not because they don't love this country. They are losing faith, not even in the present, in the future. And some of them are ready to go and wash bonbon for their children. So we cannot continue. I don't have anywhere to go to. I don't even have the money to start facilitating Jackpa. So if I'm here in this country, it's my country. I should feel free. I should have human dignity in my country. How can you imagine children being shot at with live ammunition for asking that we want good governance? Charged to court for treason. Such a country should tell you that even your own News Central, this is News Central, your journalists were attacked in Lagos on air. What did you do about it? What did the police do right about it? Did they charge those people to court? They are the ones who use the same hoodlums around us. So the only problem we've been having in this country since is one, ignorance, and two, fear. When people say they divide us with religion, ethnicity, and that, if we are knowledgeable enough, religion and the rest will not be our problem. Because in the Senate House, in the National Assembly, Christian, Muslim, Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, they all dwell there. They share SUVs without any problem. When people increase their constituency allowance, they forgot their party lines. They were all singing on your mandate, we shall stand. What about us? We, these oppressed people, when we decide that we too want to be united, already our sufferings are uniting us. Look at hunger, look at fuel, look at groundnut oil. So we must come to that point where you, the media, the security agencies, the civilians, must realize that Nigeria's liberation has become a responsibility for us.
Now, let me just cut you short here.
Yes.
Let me cut you short here. You made some demands. Can we get one or two of those demands?
We want, first of all, we must stop rewarding impunity. IGP Egbetoku should resign or be fired. The other PPRO, who is very, very unprofessional, should Ademuyiwa something jobby. He should be Prince Moyewan on Twitter. He should resign or be fired from that position. He's bringing serious disrepute to the Nigerian states. Then Omoyele Sowore should be released unconditionally and immediately and be apologized to, very importantly. So we want to send a very clear message to the government that it's not just about Sowore. Nigerians are tired. There are just a lot of them who are so scared. They don't want to die. They don't want to. But already, if you look at people who have died from banditry, kidnapping, and terrorism.
We have chosen to say the truth. Even if we are going to die, let us die. And let tomorrow appreciate what we said. And so, as far as I'm concerned, the federal government is complicit. The day they want this insurgency to finish, it will be done. Actively, they are working with Turkey, they are working with Saudi Arabia, they are working with everything to Islamize. But the real agenda is to take over Nigeria. And all these insurgents that you see happening is from Mauritania, is from Senegal, is from Cameroon, is from all over the place, trying to ensure that the indigenous people of this country do not have a say, but the Fulanis have a say. We are not against Fulani people. In government here in Benue State, I have Fulani people who are in my government. I have no issue about Fulanis, indigenous people. Everybody in this country, Nigeria, comes from somewhere. Even the Tea people, where I govern today as governor, they come from somewhere. But we have settled. Today, because of the rise in population, there is nowhere you can say that the Tea people or Benue people should leave Benue State to go to Cameroon. Where is the land? To go to where? Where is the land? And so this is the main problem that we're having in this country. If these governments will appreciate and stop deceit against the people, we shall all work as a team. Nigerians, wherever we come, let us cohabit and live together. But where a particular ethnic group wants to take over the country and make some of us slaves. I can never be a slave to anyone. It is better I die and not be alive. I cannot be a slave to any Fulani man. Fulani should live their life. The Tea people should live their life. The Yoruba people should live their life. Hausa people should live their life. Every other person should live their life.